It seems like somebody at Dell looked at their current portfolio and was like, nah, we should do it differently. And boy, they shaked it up a lot, and basically their complete mobile family has been renamed, redesigned and respec'd across the board. This also means the Dell XPS family is no more, and while I didn't mind them too much, apart from feeling they weren't priced quite right, given what you guys had to say about the 14 and 16-incher last year, it may have been a good idea for Dell to get back to the drawing board. They also streamlined the laptop portfolio on the Alienware side of things, even though there weren't too many models here in the first place. The new Area 51M 16 and 18 seems to go back to the roots and present themselves as large, uncompromising gaming machines that favor performance over portability. And given how good the M18 has been already, I think this is a very smart choice. Since we have not that much information about what is happening at the Dell side yet, I will mostly focus on the products with the alien head in this video, and only discuss the new vision at the end with some early impressions of some Dell laptops we have seen so far. But as with our ASUS ROG video already, by the time this goes live, we will have a lot more info about what will be available and hopefully detailed specs as well. So please check out the description, follow any pinned comments or head on over to our website for more about all the new products being announced at CES 2025. Circling back to the new notebooks, the 16-inch and the 18-inch look basically identical, but the new M18 is of course a lot bigger to accommodate the larger display. And speaking about panels right away, since this has been a bit of a pain point for the past few years, both laptops will feature QHD+ displays with full DCI-P free coverage and 500 nits of brightness. So if you want OLED or mini LED, you would still have to look elsewhere, but the new panels should be competitive enough not to disadvantage the big notebooks right from the start. When it comes to specs, we do not know a lot right now, since again, my information is from a preview event I attended in December. However, we will get the latest and greatest from both Intel and Nvidia, and I will add the exact specifications once I have them either in the description or in a pinned comment. But we can of course talk about the exterior, since Alienware redesigned the chassis quite a bit, even though the underlying design language is still there. The new Area 51Ms come in a matte, dark green color that changes shade ever so slightly depending on your angle and how the light hits it. While I was actually a very big fan of the old M18 with its more industrial look, the new, more organic and actually a lot more alien styling is quite nice as well, and definitely sets these two apart from the competition. As is typical for Alienware, you get a ton of ports and most of them in the back. I kind of wish they would have kept the old vent styling though, since the new style looks a bit bland in my opinion, but please feel free to let me know what you think in the comments below. They'll also change the RGB lights here, and instead of the backward facing stadium light, we get a more diffused glow around the exhaust with an almost gradient-like fall off towards the front. Again, it looks a lot more organic, which is further emphasized by the more rounded corners and lines all around the base unit. If you're not yet satisfied with the RGB, the touchpad also lights up, and from certain angles you can even see the glow from the fans shining through the vents above the keyboard deck. If you want to get a better look, just turn your new laptop around, since they added a Gorilla Glass panel at the bottom, which apparently is part of a new cooling system that is supposed to channel the incoming air for better airflow across the new internals. Be that as it may, I think it looks absolutely awesome, even though you will unfortunately not see it that often. In addition to the laptops, we also get a new display, a 27-inch 4K OLED refreshing at a simply insane 240Hz. So let's see if we can push that with the new GPUs that launched here, and I must admit this one looks quite promising. It has the sleek typical Alienware styling, and you also get a glossy panel, which should make for stellar visuals in your favorite games. And last but not least, at least on the Alienware side, the Area 51 is also back as a super beefy desktop PC, and this one might also be worth keeping an eye on. The case for one looks quite awesome and a lot cleaner than we have seen on earlier versions of Alienware's top-end desktop PCs in the past. It also bets on standard components across the board, and they even included QR codes on everything with links to more information if you want to change or service anything in the future. The large tower comes with two massive 180mm fans in the front and a 360 radiator at the top, so you should have plenty of airflow and cooling for even the most powerful components. And if you ask me, this one could be a great companion for gamers and content creators alike. Alright, that's Alienware, so let's quickly have a look at Dell. As I teased before, they will introduce a completely new way of naming and organizing their products to make it easier for consumers to find the right laptop for each use case. If that will work, well, let's see, and I'm quite curious to hear what you guys have to say about it. Apparently, we will get 3 main families. Dell laptops, which will target your everyday do-it-all machines, Dell Pro for prosumers and the business folk, and Dell Pro Max for high-end workstation type laptops. Each main family will have 3 tiers, Base, Plus and Premium, which will help to separate future models by build quality, material selection and overall features. Of course, we will have to wait and see if Dell sticks to this new naming, but if you give it some time to settle in, it actually makes a lot of sense. But of course, change is hard, so I would assume we will deal with some confusion and controversy for the new lineup. And of course, letting go of a very recognizable branding like the XPS lineup might be a very risky move here. For now, I was only able to get some hands-on time with Dell and Dell Pro 14 and 16-inch laptops in their Plus and Base tiers. And while they looked quite sleek and felt well made, they lacked a bit of personality. But this might of course be by design, since I felt like these were targeted more towards the corporate folks. So yeah, please make sure to head on over to the website where we will cover all the individual releases as soon as we get more information from Dell. And this should already be it for today. Once again, as always, thanks a ton for watching, folks. Let me know what you think about all the new products and make sure to hit that like and sub button so you won't miss anything from our CES 2025 coverage. My name is Alex, you have been fantastic and I cannot wait to see you all in the next one. Take care.